I'd like to welcome everybody to the Binghamton City Council work session. Today is Monday, October 20th. It is 6:40 p.m. I call the meeting to order. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance. Madam Clerk, can we do a roll call, please?
Councilmember Murray. Councilmember Middleton. Present. Councilmember Kavanaugh.
Present.
Councilmember Hotchkiss.
Present.
Councilmember Matavetsky. Present. Councilmember Rathmel. Present. President Dundon.
Present.
Thank you.
So everyone following at home, if you're looking at the agenda, we're actually going to go out of order tonight. We're going to start with RL 25-166. Our presenter is Ron Lake. He's our chief engineer. It is in Public Works and Parks, and I'll hand it over to Councilmember Hotchkiss.
Thank you, Council President. This is RL 25-166, a resolution to enter supplemental agreement number 4 with the 6th Ward Interceptor project. Want to give us the highlights, Ron?
Yes, just as a little background, this project's been going on for longer than I've been here, so we're finally going to get it cleaned up. But some of the highlights are, it's for Barton and LaJudas, and they're asking for an increase in fee, and their main highlights are they did apply for funding assistance and they were successful, and we got a WIA and a BIL grant, so that will cover 62.5% of the construction cost. So that's good news. And we've already had the loans from EFC for the rest of it. So we're in good shape there. There's a pump station there. It's in the 6th Ward, Duke Street, if you're familiar with that. That's where the pump station will go. And then it comes out around and comes in by the water treatment plant is where it ends. There were some additions for the pump station. There were some additions to the force main designs because there was one property that we couldn't actually get a easement for. So they had to do some work there. Permitting and agency approvals on this project were undaunting, to say the least. There was a lot of extra work and a lot of questions by DEC and EFC. And then the rest of it is to provide the construction phase services for the project, which is underway now. If there's any specific questions, I'll be glad to answer them.
So the one I usually ask you is our budget okay to handle this 4th agreement?
Yes, as a matter of fact, the budget for this was much higher than actually what the project came in at. We had a really good bid on the project, so we're in good shape with budget.
Thank you. I don't really have anything else to ask you. Anybody else?
Hearing no other questions. Thank you so much, Ron.
Thank
Ron.
you.
So next is RL 25-165. It's a resolution calling for accountability and legal review following the Zukoski misconduct investigation. Our presenter is Councilmember Nate Hotchkiss. This is in the Committee of Municipal and Public Affairs, and I'll hand it over to the chairwoman, Councilmember Middleton.
Thank you so much, President Dundon. This is RL 25-165, a resolution calling for the accountability and legal review following the Zukoski misconduct investigation. Nate, can you explain this RL?
Yep. Thank you, Councilmember Middleton. Basically, I think we've all had the opportunity to review the investigation report into Chief Zukoski following the incident that was on July 18th that was spread across social media pretty wildly. Ultimately, that investigation found that there was misconduct on the part of the chief of police, Joe Zukoski. His actions have resulted in an erosion of public trust, and really damaging to the image of the leadership of the police department. So I'm bringing this resolution forward to formally condemn his actions, but also to kind of bring attention and put some pressure on the district attorney's office and the New York State Attorney General's office to review this investigation, ideally review the investigation materials and see if there's anything else there that needs to be explored. Ultimately, I think what I've heard from the public, what we've seen with people that have come to this body is that there's a lot of concerns that have been raised about the actions on the part of the police chief, and it doesn't feel like it's completely resolved in my mind. And it raises a lot of questions, and the nature of the way the chief conducted himself, but then how he talks about his actions makes it seem like this was kind of a routine for him to not really follow the policies in the department. So I'm moving this forward. I hope we can get this on the agenda for Wednesday, just to serve as a resolution to try to push for a further investigation from the district attorney's office, New York State Attorney General's office. That's the overview.
Anyone have
Any-
any questions?
No, I agree with you. I think with the new leadership coming in and whoever is going to be in charge, I think this is kind of a way for the community to build trust in our police department again. There are some people that work in BPD that work well, and it's just really sad that this has like caused like kind of a public embarrassment for the city of Binghamton, because that video is like everywhere. I've had like people reaching out to me about Binghamton, but I honestly think this is a good way to restore the integrity back into the police department when there are good people that work there. So.
Curious if you've had a conversation with the DA or you know where things are at. So far, from what I've seen in terms of the city perspective, again, not having insider knowledge of what's happening at the DA's office, but we've handled the process really good. We hired a really strong investigator, and the process was followed, and it took maybe longer than I wanted it to, but it was and well done. So I'm just kind of curious where this falls in terms of like, is there a reason to believe the DA is not looking into this?
No, I haven't had any conversations with the district attorney. So I don't know where he's at with, or where that office is in terms of reviewing this. I'm happy to follow up, and I plan to if we pass this. That's really all I have.
I think I would add, I mean, so I think we all agree that the city took all of our stuff is. This is not actually this doesn't at all refute the process that the city pursued in the administrative investigation, that third-party investigation to determine whether or not there was misconduct according to city policies. I think because of what that administrative investigation uncovered, however, there are additional concerns, not just that internal protocol was violated, but that there may have been criminal activity involved. And that's what this call would be for. So it's not at all that the city didn't follow the appropriate process in pursuing an administrative investigation. That is complete. But there's additional context that this legislation elevates to not just the DA's office, but New York State AG in terms of their capacity for oversight, given the potential criminal offenses that were raised.
I guess my main point was that we don't know what the DA's office is doing. They may be doing nothing, or they may already be following a process that is looking into all of this. And so it seems like it's relevant to try and understand whether or not us demanding something that they're, if they may, again, I have no idea, may already be doing.
I would represent that if they are pursuing it, they would have no issue with this, but this covers not just the DA's office, but the Attorney General's office and other oversight agencies. So we're covering all of the potentially involved, not just the DA's office.
I guess, again, from my perspective, given the amount of public attention that there has been on this matter, I think that if the district attorney was pursuing actions, that it would be well known to the public already. So.
Councilmember Hotchkiss, I like what I think you're trying to do with this. But we don't have any follow-up with the state of New York and the district attorney. So I will stand with you on this for the symbolic nature of this, but I don't hold my breath that we're going to get anything more than to stand together symbolically and state that Joe Sikowski, since he's been decertified, doesn't deserve even to be called former chief, can no longer be a police officer in the United States, or United States, right, Bob? Not just New York. He's decertified across the country.
So the way it works is when they're decertified in New York State, they go on a list. Anyone that's decertified in New York State can apply to become a police officer in other areas of the country, but that list is public, and typically you have agencies that are conducting background checks, and that flags pretty quick.
So yeah, Joe kind of hung himself. So, but I have no other comments. Does anybody else have any other comments or questions?
I mean, my final thought is just that we can't control the outcome, but I do think it's our legislative responsibility and opportunity on behalf of our constituents to call for an elevated process.
I,
I haven't, no,
no, you can go ahead.
was interested in learning more about the DA call versus the AG call and doing them simultaneously, as opposed to seeing if the DA is taking action, and then if they are not, to then pursue the AG.
To me, that's respectfully irrelevant. So if they are pursuing, they are welcome to respond and simply say that they're pursuing. If they're not, they're welcome to either choose to pursue or reject this resolution or our call. So by identifying, again, all of the potentially relevant oversight agencies, that is our legislative capacity. Again, whether we can control the outcome is beyond us.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have the authority to compel either one. So if any of them take it up, that's kind of the goal.
Does anyone have anything else?
I was just going to echo Councilwoman's Rathmel and Middleton's sentiments, and say that I do believe that moving forward with this is within our duty and responsibility, I believe, and also accounting for the responses from our constituents, right? Making sure that we are ensuring that any additional further action that needs to be taken should be taken. And I've received numerous calls and emails regarding this situation. And so I am definitely in favor of moving forward with this.
Southsiders, call me. I have not heard anyone from, I don't believe anyone from my district has spoken here or reached out to me yet. So please do reach out.
Anyone else? I see this as requested expedition, so can we get a motion to expedite?
Make a motion.
Second.
A motion and a second. Discussion on expedition.
I guess I
Hearing-
feel more comfortable if we had some time to try and understand behind the scenes what's going on, but it sounds like that's not where everyone else is at.
That would be up to Councilmember Hotchkiss since he is the presenter.
I think honestly, regardless of where any other party might be at this time, I think this resolution also just states the position of whoever votes for it on the type of accountability that they want to see in the leadership of the police department and for city officials. So that's the other thing that this accomplishes. That's all, yeah. So I don't think we need to belabor this, and I think we've can move forward with it on Wednesday.
Anyone else on the discussion of expedition? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, do the roll call.
Councilmember Rathmel. Aye. Councilmember Matavetsky.
No,
Councilmember Hotchkiss.
Aye.
Councilmember Kavanaugh.
Aye.
Councilmember Middleton.
Aye.
Councilmember Murray.
Aye.
Chair Dundon.
Aye.
Thank you. That is 6-1.
Seeing that there's nothing else on the agenda, I will entertain a motion to end the meeting.
I'll make the
Motion.
motion.
I'll second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.